imagine this. You wake up and head outside and you realize something is terribly wrong. The sky slowly turns black, storm clouds roll in, and that's when it happens. A series of wild and terrifying creatures descend from space to Earth. The world is then taken over from creatures in Lovecraftian horror. Humanity would pretty much be doomed. I'm sorry, but there's no way we would be able to fight back if they invaded Earth. First, let's take a look at some of the terrifying creatures that could come down and attack us. Of course, we have the one and only Cthulhu. Everyone knows about this dude. He's extremely powerful and probably one of the more famous Lovecraftian monsters. This dude is horrifying. Just the sight of him can drive anyone mad. In fact, everyone that has seen him has gone insane. So we truly don't even know what he looks like. But it's figured that he is massive, like as big as mountains, with tentacles, wings, and dark features. Cthulhu is also an extra-dimensional being. It cannot be killed. In the Call of Cthulhu, he was run down by a powerboat. He shattered into pieces, but came back together again. He's also incredibly strong and can endure a lot of damage. And that's only one Lovecraftian monster. There's still plenty more. If we can't kill Cthulhu, then we're pretty much doomed. I bet this dude wouldn't just let us live in peace. It's not like we can all become friends. Moving on, we have Azathoth. Now, the story behind this guy is quite complex. Azathoth is said to be the creator of all things in the universe. But he's fast asleep, because if he did wake up, then life as we know it would be gone. It's because he is dreaming up our world and our reality. If he wakes up, we would all be gone. He is super powerful as well. He literally has created life as we know it, but he is completely blind to this fact since he's sleeping. So we only exist in Azathoth's dreams, which is pretty wild to think about. So if we were to get invaded by Azathoth, I mean, we'd be gone within a second of him waking up. The last two creatures I want to talk about are Yogolodak and Nyarlathotep. Yogolodak is known as a very evil and sadistic god. In fact, he loves torturing humans, so imagine how that would go for us. The things he would do to us would be incredibly perverse. Now, when he is summoned, he typically asks the summoner to become his priest. If they decline, he will eat them. He has done this more times than you can imagine. Not only that, but he looks quite terrifying. He can take physical form through possessing humans. Then he can manifest as an obese man without a head or neck. Drawings of him look absolutely frightening. Not to mention, he has mouths in the palms of his hands. In the short story Cold Print, this guy takes over a bookstore after he gruesomely murdered the owner and took his skin. How great is that? And lastly, we got Nyarlathotep, aka the Crawling Chaos. This is an evil god that has the ability to shapeshift into thousands of different forms. In fact, he has frequently walked the earth in the guise of a human being. This beast is so scary that one glance is enough to drive a man insane. One form he can assume is that of an Egyptian pharaoh. Using this disguise, he can, and I quote, reel in followers with his slick tongue and turn of a phrase. These followers lose awareness of the world around them, and the world basically collapses. So any one of these guys would have the power to take complete control of Earth, and either we bow down to them and become servants, or we die trying to fight. Because some of these creatures can cause insanity just by the sight of them, it makes me think of the movie or book Bird Box. In the book/film, the characters have to keep their eyes covered at all times when outside so that they don't catch sight of the creatures that now terrorize Earth. If they do, they literally are driven to take their own lives. I feel like this would be our reality too if we were invaded by cosmic horror creatures. Walking around with blindfolds or hiding out, trying not to attract attention to yourselves so that you survive. In fact, the primary attribute of the cosmic horror story is the idea that human beings are insignificant compared to the cosmic world. And the stories are often pessimistic. AKA, if it's real, we have no hope and be prepared to die. I feel like only a select few would survive the arrival of these beasts. But we don't know their intentions. Do they want to just come here and torture humans? Or do they want to take over the world completely? Or do they want to have us do their dark bidding for them? Each intention will change depending on what beast comes down to Earth. Either way, it would not be good for us. Now here's a question. If cosmic creatures from Lovecraft exist, does that mean that other mythical creatures exist too, like aliens or SCPs? Because that opens a whole new ballpark for us. First off, who do you think would win a battle? Aliens or Lovecraftian monsters? I gotta say the monsters. I feel like they're much bigger and are at more of an advantage. But who knows what type of advanced equipment aliens have? Maybe they have ray guns or something that can zap these creatures out of existence. Either way, if they took care of the Lovecraftian creature problem, chances are it's because they would want to be the ones to invade Earth. So either way, we would be subservient to someone. Now, what about SCPs? There's a number of terrifying SCPs out there as well. But given those facts about Cthulhu, it seems like the SCP Foundation does not stand a chance. I mean, Lovecraftian monsters have the power to wipe out all of humanity and the entire universe if they all come together. What makes you think that the Foundation can compete with that and help us? So here's how this would play out, okay? Upon the SCP Foundation discovering these monsters, obviously they'll try to contain them. But all first attempts will fail. They will lose a number of personnel, and it will be a bloody battle. That's until they get an understanding of just how powerful these creatures are. Sure, they have some creatures of their own that maybe they can release onto them, but do these anomalies stand a chance? Plus, what makes you think that they would be willing to fight these monsters? I feel like they would release them and then the anomalies would just disappear and be like, thanks for freeing me, dude. Or maybe they'd team up together with the monsters and take over the world. There's just so many unpredictable outcomes. Thankfully, this is just a fictional scenario, and we don't have to worry about this anytime soon. What do you think would happen though? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you would prepare yourself to fight these monsters, or if you would just try to hide out. I'll let other people do the killing for me personally. That's all for today's video. If you have any video recommendations, please be sure to leave them down below. Also, while you're down there, hit that like button and obviously subscribe to our channel. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya.